Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I'm spellbound. I forgot what I've come here to speak after the wonderful magic, and it was magic for us. I mean, I still don't understand it. So, uh, I'm here because I believe entrepreneurship is an idea worth spreading. So, who is an entrepreneur? Uh, Entrepreneurs, entrepreneurship, you might have probably in the last 2-3 years would have heard, read a lot about this buzzword that's going around. But what this question I would like you to ask yourself probably after the end of this presentation or probably later after you mull over what I've just spoken, what I'll speak in the next 15 minutes. And I hope that the answer that you give yourself is you, all of you could be entrepreneurs. So let's get into it. Okay, I just want you to peep into one day of my life, how it goes about. I'm an entrepreneur, so you're going to see what I do every day. I run 3 businesses. It's pretty cool, all automated, autopilot. I sit in a cozy, comfortable, air-conditioned room with my DVDs and gaming, and I make a few phone calls. Like 100 people report to me, and my work gets done. I make like a few millions every day. I drive fancy cars. When I get bored in office, I just call some fancy friends of mine and catch up over a beer in the afternoon, discuss movies that we're going to produce in the next couple of years, discuss scripts. When I get some more time, I edit a magazine. So all the writers do all the job. I just look at the pages, just sign, and it goes into print, and it's in your hand. And by 5:30, I'm like out of work. I just go for a swim, and then again meet friends for another couple of. And then I meet my super hot girlfriend, take her out, and in one of the again fancy cars, and come back home right on time to watch my favorite TV show, 2.5 Men. How ideal. I wish that was my life. Now I'll tell you what the truth is. The truth is I run 3 businesses. One is a water company, one is a brand consulting company, one is a magazine. And yes, that is my girlfriend, who is 4 inches taller. I'm not. And yes, I do have friends who are pretty popular, but life is not as rosy and as colorful as I was just trying to explain. It's really, really tough. Being an entrepreneur, especially a first-generation entrepreneur, is like a curse that you're carrying. And especially in a country, I'm sorry to say, it's a very pathetic place for entrepreneurs. Even today, after globalization, venture capitals, whatever you say, this place sucks for entrepreneurs. Especially first-generation entrepreneurs. The big guys don't allow you to grow in any business. And we introduce ourselves. Hello, sir. This is Samir. I run a company called Brand Money Consulting. Can you please, check us out? Can you check our work? And we would like to pitch. I said, no, we already have the best 5 agencies in India presenting, and I'm sorry you don't have a slot. So maybe in a couple of years, we'll think about you. So it happens in every business. The people who would want to hire us, especially in the service business, don't look at you because you're a beginner, and they don't want to risk it with you. And even after great difficulty, we get some work, but we don't get paid for it. And it's nice. I sit with my accountant on my outstanding statement, and it's piling up. And I have people who have not paid us for 200 days, 250 days, 300 days, 1 year, 2 years. Oh my God, what's happening? Then we write it off. So, and I'm lucky to be here today, honestly, because I've avoided all the phone calls of all my vendors, suppliers. 2 guys are sitting in my office waiting for payments. I'm here talking to you. So, with all this and the magazine, oh my God, the big guys are in the magazine business. You can't make money, I think, for like 10 years of your life. It only bleeds. So I don't know if I'm brave or I was a fool to decide to get into the publishing business, but we've stuck on for 2 years, and this magazine is getting better and hopefully will become larger. But the fact is, it's really, really tough. And after all this that happens in your day, you're like screwed in your head about the things happening. Then the last thing that shouldn't happen to you is miss a date with your girlfriend because of all the tension. And you know what happens. So, you get kicked. At the end of the day, when you want to chill, go have, said no. You're on the phone, then you chase her, you beg, plead, say sorry like a million times, and then finally you go back home and you missed your favorite TV show. Now, well, that's the story of my life. So, this is what I am, a struggling but very happy entrepreneur. I'm not successful, and I'm not a failure, and I will never be one, because an entrepreneur is never successful or never a failure. That's the truth. Every day is a new challenge, a new fight, and a new struggle. You name any big entrepreneur who's made big, Steve Jobs, they've all gone through, it's like a sine wave for them. They've been at their peak, they've lost everything, they've fought again. So a true entrepreneur is someone who doesn't worry about how much his net worth is or what's going to end today in his bank account. Every day is a new fight, a new struggle, and that's the adrenaline. That's the petrol for him. That's the gas for him. So yes, I'm a struggling but happy entrepreneur. So we spoke about. I was talking about the issues that we face as young entrepreneurs. I would like to talk about why this place is so screwed up. You can see those images you can relate to, right from your parents. I come from a middle class family, and people who were in government jobs, the university professors, and so from very young it was very clear that business is very dangerous. Doing business is taboo. Get yourself a government job or get yourself a job. Those days when we were passing out, getting a job in Infosys was a big deal. CTS was a big deal. So, get a secure job, get settled, get married when you're 28, 29, go on site, go work in the US, make some dollars, save up, buy a land in ECR, buy a house, and you're safe by 30. So that's just, you're groomed to do that. And for example, at 13, I went to my grandfather and said, "Grandpa, I want to become a mountaineer." I had got a scholarship with the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute. He said, "No way. Next time you talk about mountains, you're not even coming to Tirupati." I said, "Okay, I'm sorry." So at 15, I go back. "Grandpa, I want to become a cricketer." I said, "You're not going to watch cricket matches anymore. No more going to Chepak." I said, "Oh my God." At 18, I go back. "I want to become an actor, and I also want to dance. Can I?" I said. He looks at me. I understand what he's going to say. I said, "No, thanks." I'm going back. So finally, by 20, when you're making your own decisions at some point in life, then you realize what you're good at. Then you get into it. Luckily, I got into what I love doing, and I built a career. And nobody could stop me. And I finally went and told my granddad when I was 27, "Listen, I'm going to start a company on my own." He was like, "What's wrong with you? It's not for us. We are all middle class people. It's only for the communities, the specific communities who do business here in India." I was like, "No, I want to do business. I want to become an entrepreneur." And till they trust me, it's been 4 years and they haven't spoken to me. And I go back to visit them now once in a while. I say, "You had a good job. You were making a lot of money. What's wrong with you? Now see, you have a lot of people you have to pay. Tomorrow, you don't know what's going to happen. It's not stable. I don't know what you're doing." I'm like, "Grandpa, I'm paying salaries out to some 70 employees. So I think it's a good thing." He said, "Really? 70 people? So there's a lot of money going out." I was like, okay. I don't think it was my job to make him understand, so I just got out of it. So yeah, let's look at basic traits of an entrepreneur. Why anyone would want to break this whole cultural scenario that we have. Who are those guys, probably like me, who would break this whole thing and come out and try and do something. I think we're all guys who fundamentally love making money. I think that's a key drive. And wealth, any kind of wealth. Ultimately it's about wealth generation for you and for the larger society around you. I think that's one of the key purposes of being an entrepreneur. So, and one of the things is you love what you're doing. So that's another thing, identifying what you love. And yes, the ability to take risks. I could lose anything today. Probably, the attitude that you have nothing to lose is something that will take you. And what we hate is someone telling you, like I used to hate my bosses saying, you can't do this, you can't. I've always had tough times with my bosses. All my bosses have been, not happening. So, and we hate status quo. I mean, there's something which is stagnation that happens in a job. I've been in jobs. That's why I couldn't stay in a job more than 2 years. I used to quit. And every time I used to quit, I didn't have a job. So I've had this history of resigning and searching for a new job. I have somebody in the audience who has actually interviewed me in the past. It's been like that. So these are the traits that you'll find in any entrepreneur who wants to become an entrepreneur, who takes the plunge. So today's theme being passion, vision, inspiration. Well, I thought I'll break my rest of the speech into these three, but I thought I'll probably talk about vision first, because I think passion without vision is something which is meaningless. I mean, it's like love's labor lost. There's no sense in it. So, vision. Well, vision to me, in a very simple term, is a dream. I mean, what you dream and what you've dreamt, I've always dreamt all your life. All those are visions, and some people were able to take it forward. Some people, due to their social constraints and personal constraints, were not able to. But in very simple terms, a vision is nothing but a dream. And it's something that what we do as a child. I still have not forgotten what I used to do as a child. I used to daydream a lot in school. And later I figured out I had this thing called ADHD, very cool, attention deficiency hyperactivity disorder, and I was also a little bit dyslexic. So I used to daydream a lot in class. I used to forget what class was happening. I used to get whacked by my teacher. Sorry, sir. You're not concentrating. Well, I'm not able to. So no, focus. And I still remember how many times I got hit. And people didn't understand at home what the issue was. And I'm not able to concentrate. I'll be writing an exam 3 hours, and suddenly end of 1 hour, I would have been like blank. Half an hour, I'll be dreaming in my own world. I would have become Superman. I'll be saving some hot chick. And and suddenly, after half an hour, I'll realize, oh my God, it's my math paper. It's my board exam. I gotta get back. So, but what I'm trying to come at is, as a child, the imagination that we had, and it was so powerful. It was unlimited. You could become a Superman. You could become a Spider-Man. You could go to Mars. You could go to the next galaxy. It was endless possibilities. Now, an entrepreneur needs those qualities, and just add a little bit of common sense. Put some business sense to it, but don't lose your ability to dream. It all starts there. It all starts with the vision. Passion. Well, it's again a very abused word. Passion. Everyone comes and tells you, you got to be passionate about what you do. You got to be, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you got to be passionate. Aren't the rest of you who are not entrepreneurs passionate about what you do? That's ridiculous. I mean, I've been always passionate about everything that I've done. From my first job as a trainee to whatever I've done. I mean, a good entrepreneur is somebody who can be passionate about whatever he's done before that. You have to be passionate about what you do, whether you're working in CTS as a software engineer, or an app developer, or a singer. You got to be passionate about what you do. It's not just about passion is, I don't understand these management coaches. I think, Vivek, we should call them passion designers. I mean, passion. You got to build passion. No, I'm passionate about all these. I mean, Salma Hayek, come on. How many guys don't like her? I'm passionate about Hollywood, making films, art. I want to buy a yacht, Aston Martin. I mean, best wine and cognac in the world. I'm passionate. Is that passion? Yeah, of course that's passion. But to me, passion primarily is about having sex. What I'm trying to say is, it's about having sex at work. No, don't get me wrong. I'm saying you got to make love to what you do. That's extremely important. You'll have to identify. Well, that's a process. It's very easy for me to say identify what you love, but the process is what I at least followed is the process is about a lot of people become passionate about what they're good at. If you actually observe, Sachin Tendulkar, imagine, a billion of us would be playing cricket if all of us were passionate about cricket and all become cricketers. Everyone is passionate about cricket, but it's about what you're being good at, and then, you in a way automatically become passionate about it. She's a singer and she was good at singing, so the passion built, day by day. He loved fashion, but, he was good at it. I can't one fine day get up and say I want to become a fashion designer. What kind of clothes I'm wearing. It's not happening. So what passion does, if I know the first P, passion, I break it down to 3 more P's. What it does is you start practicing. You're good at something, you keep practicing. Practicing over and over again, and you get better at it. And what it also does, passion does, is you don't let go of things that you are passionate about. So it teaches you a lot of perseverance. You just don't let go. You're tired of failures, you again get back and say, no, I'll try it. I'll make it happen. It teaches you perseverance, and it also pushes your limit. You don't stop today. If you've scored 100 today in a match if you're a cricketer, next time you're going to go score a 200. So it keeps you going. So passion becomes all these. And inspiration, yeah. So, well, I've been inspired by a lot of people, a lot of things. I've been inspired by 3-4 talks today. They were brilliant. I learned from all their speeches. I think it's incredible the way you can get inspired by anything that you see and people that you meet. These are people I've not met, but they play a key role in my life. Bruce Lee, man, you should see his films. You should hear his quotes. Superman, he's my all-time inspiration. Genghis Khan, not for the number of wives he had, but the other things he did. Gandhiji, Steve Jobs. You should hear Steve Jobs' speech at Stanford. It's just an outstanding, the best ever speech one can hear to get. It's free. You go on YouTube, just click, and you can hear his speech, and that's all you need for inspiration. And these are people who I've been with, worked with, a little bit of mentoring, and they have. So you can find, it could be your own boss, it could be your dad, it could be your friend. Find your inspiration. It's extremely important. And yeah, when I was 11, I wrote this essay when they asked me, listen, in school, what would you want to be born as in your next birth if given a chance? I said, Superman. People thought I was crazy. And I wrote why the world needs Superman. That was during the Gulf War and all the stuff that was happening. And I gave my own reasons. But if I have to write something now, I would say this: why the world needs entrepreneurs. Because I believe entrepreneurs change the world. They are changing the world, and they will change the world. Look at all the big brands, all the big companies. They were ideas once, in someone's garage, in someone's homes, in someone's office cubicle. They just emerge out of nowhere, but they become powerful because these guys are passionate individuals with a lot of, I would say, a lot of vision. People, there's people who see things that other people don't see, and who have been inspired, and they're also inspiration. So it covers all these 3. They are passionate individuals with big vision and heavily inspired, and are also an inspiration to other people. So yeah, that's what I wanted to convey. And yeah, before signing off, these 3 things for an entrepreneur. Most key step is taking the plunge. Take the step, the most difficult step. Take the step of being an entrepreneur. Then endure the challenges. It's not a honeymoon. It's you got to stick with it. It's marriage, so you got to stick with it. You got to stick with it, and endure it. And finally, there is a larger purpose to entrepreneurship. Jobs for other people, wealth for people around you, inclusive growth. That's what entrepreneurship is about. And make other people entrepreneurs. That's also a responsibility for an entrepreneur. And yes, this is a quote I came up with yesterday. I just wrote it down. You can interpret it the way you want. Thanks. Thank you.